was good to be in victory lane again. Thought our kids come out and played really well early. Set a good tempo, had a good press, and then lost. I think got lost. Lost focus. Just had a couple, jump off sides in the beginning on the first play twice. We did first play, second half, and third drive we had, and then dropped the ball and kind of got out of rhythm. Got some second long, third and longs, didn't convert as well, and that was a shame because we were on momentum. You'd like to stay hot and keep going, but thought the defense played very well. Unfortunately, gave up the score right before half, but then did a good job coming out, getting a stop second half. And after the first time, we jumped off sides again, then came back and got a nice drive and got the running game going. Very proud of the running game. It's like a tale of two halves. Threw for 250 in the first half and ran for 200 in the second half, basically. And got it going and got some mixture going, and it was very good to still keep balance in what we did. And had some young guys still making some plays, still making some mistakes, but I think we're getting better. Special teams were very solid on the day. Superman finally missed, unfortunately. That was a rare. It caught me off guard. I just stood there and I was questioning the refs. Thought they were wrong. But he kicked the ball really well the rest of the day, and we punted the ball very well, I thought, when we did punt it. And we're getting better. We got to continue. We're a body and work. And we got to continue to strive. We got a lot of young players out there that are, Vontae got 100 yards again, and I thought he made two really big runs. One is that not only the touchdown run, but the third down conversion he made with about 8-9 minutes to go that popped up in there and made a guy miss and was able to run the football. But we got a lot of things to get better on. Third down wasn't bad. We're 50% again. But had too many sacks, and one or two of them was on EJ. Could have held it, got ahead and get rid of it. A couple of them we missed some blocks. But we'll continue to get better, and hopefully we just got to get a great week of preparation, be ready to play next week.
Jermaine seemed to, gave you a real spark when he came in.
Yeah, that's why he was a captain, and I've felt that for the last week or two. I've seen Jermaine and his attitude and his body language and his reads and his, he's really starting to feel himself, and he's fast, and he's starting to look like the old guy, and it wouldn't be bad to have him fresh down the stretch.
Jimbo, considering the start of the year, how's it feel to string two performances?
Oh, it's great. You got to continue to have balance. We're getting better in the running game. We're getting better in the things we're doing, and we got a long way to go. We're nowhere close to where we need to be, and but it does feel very good to put two good running performances behind you, with you, and also be solid in the passing game. Still hitting some big plays in the passing game. Had some opportunities. I wish we had a couple drops on a couple things. I thought, boy, could have got us out there, and EJ laid that go right out there. Laid it out there just a hair more, but we're getting there.
Coach, the score makes it seem like this is a blowout. Did it feel that way on the sideline?
No, it didn't. It was a very tight game, which I'm glad the way we responded. It makes me feel better, even so as a coach, because it wasn't a blowout in the games. We had to run that football when it was mattered, when it was still a two-score game. They were battling back, and O'Brien's in the game. And I'm going to tell you now, when that guy's in the game, got the ball in his hand, anything can happen. And he's a very good quarterback, the way he throws that football. And I was more proud of the way we did it that way than if it would have been a blowout like that.
Coach,
and it
can you
wasn't.
address how EJ helps you run the ball?
It changes the whole dynamic, because one, you have to keep people backside from nakeds and things he does. If he has quarterback runs, it's about a 6-foot difference. I want you to ask something. Everything in football, we fight for inches all the time, right? Well, all of a sudden, if a lineman, when you don't have the quarterback running, so you're up a guy, he's having to reach to a guy over here. When in turn the quarterback's running it and you got an extra blocker, now he's blocking a guy back here. So you're talking about a 6-foot difference on the leverage of what he has to do and how he has to do it. So his angles, it makes him a better football player because of what you're asking him to do. You know what I'm saying? And then because you got the back to be the extra guy to take up the block for that. And it just changes the whole dynamic. And then you have to be careful what coverages you play, because then you can get your one-on-one matchups and what you want. But when you have a quarterback who's an athlete like that, it makes a huge difference, helps the linemen, makes them better. And then as they gain confidence, then at the end we didn't have to run. And they start getting confident in what they're doing, and you get better, and we're gradually working that way.
I know you don't want to make excuses, but if you'd had EJ the whole year, it might be.
Well, anytime, I don't know many people who can lose a quarterback of that caliber. Now, that's not an excuse. That's ball. That's ball. You got to have, if you're a team in the program where you want to be, you got to overcome, adapt. I like to have dad coach, like to have a lot of them. But that's ball, and you can't whine about that as a coach. That's you got to figure out a way to get it, and getting him back, it makes a big difference. There's no doubt.
What was your reaction to the talking with Greg Reed with their catch?
They said, I didn't see. They said he pointed at the ball, like that, and they're saying you can't do. I got like that. If it's a rule, it's a rule. I'm not gonna argue with it. I guess that's what it is. No, I always thought you couldn't. They said you couldn't do the safe, but he just pointed. He's pointing at the ball to tell our guys where it's at. Maybe that's right. I'm dumbfounded too. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong on that too.
They said
that,
that
that,
was
one
the
that
rule?
one could have come out of the gate.
He did. They said that was a rule. You're not allowed to point at the ball.
That's what they said. Ray told me. So he's official.
No.
Coach, is it
I got
safe,
enough problem.
is it safe to say that this is a 4-wide shotgun, no huddle offense now?
No, because you go back and look at that run. We got some 3 wides. We got some I formation. That first touchdown run was I formation. That was a it was split back at pro. I mean, the old split pro, but it wasn't I. We got a little bit of I. We're still multiple, but we can go some no huddle. We can spread it out, and it does do it. But we can still get back in conventional sets to be able to no huddle. And I think you got to do that sometimes because let me tell you something. When you got young tackles, and you put 2 short corners out there, you're asking for trouble for a long time. When you get them young, you got to protect those guys sometime, some way.
You talk about CJ.
I'm sorry, defensive line I thought was very dominant in the game. Constant pressure on the quarterback. I mean, how many sacks did they end up with? They got 6. That was very good. And still deflecting some balls, harassed, caused some problems. Got an intentional grounding once or twice. And they know it. I say that all the time, guys. Them guys that put their hand in the dirt, and you got good ones up front, it changes the ball game.
More specifically, Coach, about your defensive line, you talked about CJ's abilities. Can you talk about Bjorn and Brendan and their abilities to contain him today?
Well, and stay upfield and get underneath and free rush, and then we're able to run him down. And then Timmy Jernigan coming with constant pressure up inside. You know, that's a force and a strength. You know, I mean, that's the thing. When you can get, as I say, sometimes it ain't just necessarily coming free. It's when you can take the walls and squeeze them in, get the edges coming, and then get the push up the middle. To me, as a when I play quarterback, people play, that's worse than sometimes turning the guy loose. Turn the guy loose, sometimes you can make him miss. When the walls come caving in on you, it makes it tough. And we're getting good push on the edges, but we're also getting a lot of good inside push by our inside guys.
Jimbo, what changed with Jermaine the first 3 weeks and then these last couple weeks?
Well, the first 3 weeks he didn't practice. Yeah, remember, he sat for 3 weeks at camp. He didn't practice a day. I mean, he was out for the first 3 weeks. And, you know, we had migraines and all that. We ended up finding it was a slight concussion issue. You know what I'm saying? He'd gotten. And, you know, he was out of shape. He's out of whack. And, I mean, you just don't come in and get rhythm. And the other guys got reps. Ty was playing well. 8 was playing well. You know, you had other guys playing well. And then, and as things go on, he kept working and getting back. And that's what I commend him for. And that, you guys still got half a season left. There's a lot of ball. And for him to be fresh down the stretch and be hitting things and that speed and that athleticism, it's a great addition. And I'm glad he's getting back in the groove.
You talked about Jernigan. It seems like he was on the field a whole lot today. Has he stepped it up?
Oh, yeah, he is. He's pushing himself up better and better. And I guess good to be a number 8, huh?
Once again,
Coach.
It kind of looks like you guys use the pass to set up the run. I mean, talk about the
Well, we did. We got with the matchups. I mean, we had some runs called up, but that's just what they gave us, and EJ was taking it. And we were able to execute and hit it, and got some big play wideouts, which opened some things up in the running game and got them going.
Coach, you've stressed finishing to your team, and your run game came through you in the fourth quarter, but you also gave up that 3-play touchdown drive at the end of the game. Does that leave a bad taste in your mouth?
No, I don't leave a bad taste in my mouth. Just wish it wouldn't happen. You get Avis some work, and the last one, it looked like the one, he kind of got a little push on one, but that guy got it, and then the other guy made a great throw and catch. I mean, even the big play that they got when Greg was on the guy. I mean, he's all over the guy. The guy jumps up. It's great coverage. Sometimes they're on scholarship too. You know, they make a play. So I commend them. It wasn't from lack of poor technique or lack of effort or anything else. They made a good play, so, that's ball. You live with it, we'll correct the technique and move on.
All right, one more question with Coach. Yes, hit the radio.
What do you think of the young offensive line on that last drive?
Very good. The last couple drives, they got going in that second half and got some juice going for us when the blitz was coming and we were wanting to pound the ball and create some situation. I was trying to force it a little bit, and I was very proud of the way they stepped up and did that.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.